Previously on Finding a Rhythm, the band tackled the intricate process of refining their album, facing the tough balance of staying true to their artistic vision. As they approached the completion of their debut album, each decision was a step towards defining who they are as musicians. Today, in the final cut, we join the band as they reflect and discuss what the future holds for their musical journey.
One thing about this band that is fascinating to step back and look at is that everything we're doing right now feels like this one giant serendipity of a joke. We all played music together and then we all kind of went apart. And back when we played music together 20 years ago, the hardest thing to find was always a decent drummer. It was always the missing ingredient to every band back in those days. And now when we come together, like, oh yeah, here we go, professional drummer, just come drop in and play with you guys. So you look at the layers of serendipity of, Derek was one of my closest friends when I was 7 years old, and then he disappeared from life for 15 years. And then he shows up randomly on a brochure in a church. And we start hanging out again, and I'm the best man in his wedding. And then life takes a completely different turn again, and I don't hardly see him for another 10, 15 years. And then all of a sudden, we're back playing music together again. Knowing the backstories of so many of these people, like Amy and I, we just about burnt down Knox Church at one point, setting up that church when Derek proposed to Lisa. Not actually burned it down, but we set up the church with, there's probably like 1,000 candles in there when he proposed to Lisa, and Amy and I set the whole thing up for them. And we probably spent, I think my mom came out that night too, and we spent about 4 hours setting it up for him with all these candles. You look back and you go, man, this old wooden church with that many candles, man, that was the stupidest thing we could have ever done. But Derek had this grandiose romantic idea, and Amy and I were like, yeah, why not? We'll give you a hand. Again, the serendipity of you've been able to be in people's lives over and over like this. It's pretty cool. The fact that I even get a call to come back and play again and to play music that I hadn't touched an instrument in 10 years. It's like a beautiful comedy of errors that's creating something beautiful.
Our impact on our local community has been interesting, and we've done a few shows, and the people who show up and hear our music has been really cool. Like, the response to our music has been, you guys wrote all these songs? Like, the music and the words and everything, like, what in the world? Like, I was not expecting that, is what we would hear a lot. I was not expecting that. So yeah, so we did one show with, a couple shows where the community would come literally right where Derek lives. And we just kept hearing that, when are you doing another show? When are you doing another show? And so we hope to do more. And because we've been recording, we're kind of focusing on recording right now, because I want people to not only come and hear us, but I don't want that to be a one-off time. I want it to be, we all want it to be, yeah, you can hear us on iTunes. You can hear us on you can download our music and hear it again. And so we've been really focusing on recording. So that's how we would like to impact our community, is to get the songs out there, because it comes back down to, like, these songs aren't just for us. They're meant to be shared, and they're meant to be heard by others.
Once this album is finished, we're really excited to start looking into new songs, new sounds, just really getting into some new material. I know Derek, he's started to write a lot of songs, and we've never really gotten to explore, a lot of his songs. I'd really like to go into some of his, because he loves a big sound, like lots. He's also a more is more kind of guy. So like the songs that he's coming up with are like really big and like really full of life and stuff. So I'm really excited for that. And just all the new ideas that we've kind of been putting on hold while we're getting through this album. I don't know for sure, but I think maybe we'd try, I think it would be fun to do a live show, like not a big to do or anything, but just something even, like Derek was saying at his the hospital he works at or something. I think it could be really cool.
I think it would be great to start playing some more shows, because we've played a few shows in the past and people are like, where can we hear your songs? And it's like, nowhere. you just heard them, that's it. Yeah, so it'd be nice to actually have some music to share, and then get back into, I don't think the writing process ever stops. I think even when you're touring, or if it ever came to that, if you're ever doing anything like that, the writing always continues. It's like whenever an idea comes in a writer's head, it's not like they aren't going to jot it down or record it on their phone or whatever they have on them. It's an ongoing process throughout your whole musical journey. Yeah.
I'm hoping that eventually you write some stuff that gets out there, gets heard, and lots of people like it. And then they're like, they're asking us, when are you going to play? When's your next show? Then maybe we get some stuff on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube. And I don't want to play another show and do another show unless it's because we've had so many people ask us to do it. That's when I want to do it. So I don't know when good enough is good enough. I don't know when you're striving for too much. I don't know. It's something I always struggled with. Of course, not everything you write is going to be great. You're not going to, I'm sure John Lennon didn't write Imagine on his first take, like, not to say I've written Imagine yet either.
She got the call she'd been waiting for, and grabbed her keys, ran to the door. Never seen wheels turn so fast as they did, driving away in her old Ford. Message said he's breaths away, your daddy's close to going to the Lord. She thought of all the things she'd say on the 20 miles she drove that day. Remembered all the times she walked away and forgot to say I love you. She had one last chance to hear those words that he would say, your daddy's little girl. Please hold on for a little while, for a little while, just for a little while. Please hold on for a little while, 'cause I've got words to say, wish I'd always said.
Advice for an aspiring musician, I guess it'd be advice for myself as well, as I see myself as an aspiring musician. But the thing I would tell them is you just got to do it. It's not going to happen sitting and planning and thinking about it. You just got to start with one note, one lyric, one song. It may be the worst song you've ever written. Not a single person, not even your own mom should hear, but you got to get it done. Sit down and write a song, then bury it in the backyard if it's terrible. Then write another one, then write another one, and then do it again, and then do it again. And then one day you're going to just say, man, that wasn't half bad. That was actually pretty decent. And then you'll probably be surprised, which we were very surprised when we did this. One day you might actually get the courage to play your song in front of somebody. And that first song, that first step is huge. It is terrifying. I remember singing my first song in front of these guys. I was freaked out. It was absolutely nerve-wracking. But I did it, and then they said something, and maybe it's because they were my friends, but they said, I like that song. That was really good. And, you try and play it cool. You're like, yeah. I know I just whip those out all the time. You're like, inside you're secretly super pumped. I think you'll be utterly surprised. I think from the people you hear on the radio and you see on TV and like the top 10 hit lists, from there to where you are, I don't think there's a big gap. I don't think as far as you think. They just decided one day to sit down and write a song, and maybe they just, a label hired them to sing a song, whatever it was. But for you to just write a song and then to record it, get it out there and perform it, it's all up here, man. If you can just get past this, you can do it.
My advice for anyone who wants to be a musician would probably just be, like, don't think about it too much. Don't get in your own head too much. You just have to start somewhere. So if you just have like a tiny crappy keyboard in your bedroom or something, just play it. If you don't have any instruments at all, but you have something you want to say, just start writing songs. Doesn't matter if anyone hears them. Doesn't matter if you think they're good enough or anything. You'll never get anywhere unless you start. And so that would be my biggest piece of advice. And just to like, take it from me, have confidence in yourself. I always think about, for me, how one of the most important things for like my mental health or just like in my life is to find something creative. And like I kind of was saying before, I think one of the best things that you can do for any type of artist or creative is like to take nothing and turn it into something. So whether you're a gardener and you're taking dirt and you're creating a garden, or you're taking food and you're preparing like a meal, it doesn't have to be just like an artist making paintings, which is an amazing art form. I just think it's just important to find something that you love and really try it.
Advice I'd have for aspiring musicians is put in the work, I guess. It's not something it's a pretty rare situation, I would say, where a musician that hasn't put in work just, throws a song together and it blows up or something. Yeah, I think a lot of people aren't willing to put in the work. And like when I was younger trying to make it, like I was working a full-time job and practicing 5 or 6 nights a week with the group. And like I would fall asleep playing the drums. Like I was so tired. Like I was working a full-time construction job and then would go to band practice for 3 hours or 2 hours. I don't know how long we practiced for, but yeah, I would literally fall asleep playing drums like in the middle of a song. I was so tired. Like it was, yeah, we put in a ton of work.
Just work. You want to be passionate in the evenings, in your garage or in your basement.
Based on my own musical talents, my own self-judgment is that I don't belong here on some levels, right? But my heart is in this, my mind is in this, it's something I want to do. And the fact that everything around me has conspired that it's almost like I'm caught up in this wave of, holy cow, this is actually happening. And it's a lot of fun and I'm really enjoying doing it. It's been a neat experience. I don't know how I would advise someone to do the same because everybody's own personal wave can lead in such a different direction. What I love about the band and the music that we write is that nobody's doing it to become famous. I mean, as much as Aaron was joking around about having $1 million in Lambos and top hats and diamond-studded canes, that's not the reason that we play music. We're not playing music to write a single. Would that be cool? Absolutely. Would we strive for it as musicians to create a sound quality that could do that? 100%. But that's like, we're not doing this to make money. We're not doing this to feed our families and to pay the mortgage and those sorts of things. We're just doing it because we love the music. If there's anything I've learned in life is when you have the heart and the mind aligned is when magical things tend to start happening around you. Regardless of whether it's music or business or relationship, it doesn't even matter. Just when you have those two things and you have the courage to live in that space of an aligned heart and aligned mind. And the fact that all of us are coming to music with some element of that aligned heart and aligned mind, I just kind of sit back and laugh and I go, this could be so much bigger than anything that I could ever have dreamed it would be. So let's just have fun taking it for whatever ride it can be.
My advice would be, just be positive. There's so much negativity out there. You can have an opinion. It's hard balancing. I don't even know. It's not even the right word. Balancing, walking the line of positivity and having feedback. You gotta have a feedback, have an opinion, but you gotta be positive all the time. There's too much negativity out there.
If people were in a similar situation of wanting to pursue something that they're reaching for or dreaming for, I would say to go for it. But I think what this process has actually shown all of us is that, it sounds really hokey, but you are stronger together. Like I think about any one of these band members trying to accomplish this on their own, no matter how talented and whatever they are, I don't know that it would have come together because it can be such a big undertaking. And being able to like have a people around you to lean on and outsource certain things to has certainly probably been why this is successful. And that when like one is weak, the others are strong and kind of carrying each other. So I would say if you have a dream, surround yourself with people who are cheering you on or who have a like-minded dream, and just make sure that those are the right people. I actually think that that's what it comes down to. Make sure that you have trust, and if there's someone you can see yourself with at the end, stick with those people.
The message I want to send out to anyone watching this documentary, if you want to do something that you're too afraid to do, you think you're not good enough, it's too late, you're too old, you're too young, life is too short to be afraid. I don't know if I can ever say that I am fearless or will be fearless, but you can fear less. You can fear less. The fear will always be there. Being afraid will always be there, but that's okay because you can still push through and do great things and be great. And if that tension of like fear and anxiety and being afraid, I think makes us better. Like when I have to go do something that makes me feel like, ugh, it's just human. Like we all talk about, oh, I have a problem with anxiety. So does everybody. Every human feels anxiety. It's just a human, natural human emotion that we want to medicate all the time. But it's like really like, it's just like feeling happy. It's like feeling sad. It's just a thing that tells you, it's reminding you that you're a human being and you can still do things afraid, anxious, worried, scared, terrified. You can still do them. And so what? So what if you feel that? If you do it, you might impact somebody else and yourself.
Play me a song so that I'll sing along to free my mind from all my worries. And with your guitar, strip away who we are, share wisdom about all of life's journeys. Sing, sing to the night, sing with all your might, sing like the world is never ending. Play to the stars, they know who you are, and they will always shine their light upon you. When you open up, you are always enough to captivate, awe, and inspire. And I see in your face you need to find your place, and here among friends you have found it. Oh, and sing, sing to the night, sing with all your might, sing like the world is never ending. Play to the stars, they know who you are, and they will always shine their light upon you. We are the night, the stars that shine so bright, swirling, burning everything all around us. We are the night, the stars that shine so bright, swirling, burning everything all around us. We are the night, the stars that shine so bright, swirling, burning everything all around us. We are the night, the stars that shine so bright, swirling, burning everything all around us. Sing, sing to the night, sing with all your might, sing like the world
As we conclude finding our rhythm, the band stands at a crossroads, contemplating their next steps. Will they play live shows to promote their album? Maybe dive straight into producing new music? Or perhaps take a well-deserved break to find new inspirations? As we celebrate their achievements and look forward to the exciting possibilities of what may lie ahead, I know whatever they choose, the rhythm they've found together promises to lead them to new horizons.
Take me to the places where I can escape to. Forget about problems, forget about fears. Take me to the rivers, take me to shorelines, take me to sunsets, take me to oceans, take me to the places where I can escape to. Forget about problems.